The pitch from Acevedo.
Swung on the line, down the left field line for a base hit.
Fly ball, gap, right center field.
Double him up at second.
Luke is going back to the 1-8 track. Get out the right, run and Buster Grandma. It is grand salami time.
will send Seattle to the American League Championship Series for the first time in 24 years.
Yeah, tough one tonight.
In soccer, in the soccer world, we have the saying, you play for the badge. However, in Mariners land, we have...
Yeah, tough one tonight.
It's another tough one. I thank Dan Wilson. For that. Now, I can't even be mad at Dan Wilson because that's for a different time. This episode's something a little bit different. Hello and welcome to episode 193 of the Light the W podcast. And well, tonight, as Dan told us, it was a tough one, as it is every night. It's been a tough stretch. It's been a tough season, and it was a little bit of a tough deadline. Mariners wrapped up their deadline by trading for Taylor Ward. It was a good trade. I give Jerry DePoto a solid B+, A- on it, in a vacuum. However, we're going to talk about that trade. I'm going to get into the Mariners deadline. I got to talk about tonight's game first. I do. I was at the park, and, Dan Wilson's right. Like, it was.
Yeah, tough one tonight.
He's right. He's right. It was a tough one. But I've gone through the stages of grief here tonight because I woke up this morning, knew I was coming to the park, and I had a different vibe about it. I've been growing frustrated. I've been growing towards a breaking point around this team. But having some different faces in, switching some stuff up at the deadline, facing a Tigers team that just traded their very best player. Like, I was like, all right, some vibes change. You got Hancock on the mound. Like, I feel good there. But, man, where do you even start? I'm going to wait for the Anthony Dominguez thing because I think that should go right before I start talking about Taylor Ward and the deadline. But you had two hard hit balls tonight. And, Troy Melton was solid. Troy Melton was good. He gave up just 3 hits, had 4 Ks, but good God, man. Good God. You had 4 walks, 4 hits tonight, and it just was not good enough. You didn't have a single extra base hit. You had 0 slug. Expected batting average was 163. Like, it was bad. And you were like, all right, Dae-Ho Lee in the ballpark, fresh vibes, 50th anniversary this weekend. We just had the trade deadline pass, chance for some hope, chance for some different vibes. But there was no fire, there was no passion, there was no effort. It even felt like there was no focus, there was no fire. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. 2 innings of jack squat. It's a decent ball game for 2 innings, but you haven't really created anything. You had a little bit of an opportunity in the first, but double plays kill you. And chasing the 5th pitch of the game, 6th pitch of the game, when he's yet to throw a strike, when the strike pitches out of the strike zone, set the tone. It set the tone, Randy Arozarena. Not hustling on a ball down the line. Sets the tone. It sets the tone. Put Randy Arozarena at the designated hitter spot. Play Taylor Ward in left field. I'm done with it. He's not going to be a Mariner for the rest of the year. Don't really care. I don't care if he's mad. I don't care if he wants to play in the field. Don't fucking deal with it. I'm sick of it. I need effort. I need 150%. This team needs to put everything they have into it. This team needs to put the ball in play. This team needs to get base hits. Team needs to show some fire, show some effort, show that they care, show that they believe, show that they trust each other. Instead of passing the baton with runners on base, you're passing the baton because you're walking and you're getting on base. You're passing the baton to get the next out. passing the baton to get the second out, the third out of the inning. It is enraging. Enraging. This team plays without heart. You have the city wrapped around you. You have people believing, people excited. And every night's a tough one. Every night, you just don't show up. You might not as well have showed up to the ballpark. You might as well have called out sick from your job. Because whatever the hell I just watched wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough. You have to come out of the deadline and jump. This is an opportunity. You have a great Rays team, a really good Rays team coming to town this weekend. This is a must-win series. This is the series you use to gain some momentum, switch the vibes a little bit. No, it's not. It's not. And, the weekend had the opportunity to be that, and you blew a flat tire on Friday. And you come out of an off day today where you got some fresh faces in, where you've got the team added to a little bit, and you fall flat on your face. 2 hard hit balls. 4 hits. Shut out. Shut out. You're 3.5 games back of the Astros, and it's not good enough. It's not good enough. You got a scoreless inning from Michael Rucker and Josh Simpson each. But I can't have you giving up 3 runs in the third. And, Colt Emerson, that's a base hit. Like, that's not an error, right? Like, he shouldn't have thrown that ball. Like, that's an error on the throw, yes. But it's a base hit anyway. Like, you got to. You have got to find a way to buckle down after giving away that first run with that play and not give up anything more. If it's 1-0 in the bottom of the third, this game is completely different. Completely different. But you just can't buckle down. You can't make the play. You can't. It's just not good enough. It's not good enough on so many levels. And the deadline wasn't good enough. The deadline wasn't good enough. This team has been needing a bullpen arm for how many years? At the deadline, the best bullpen arm Jerry Dipoto has ever brought in is Dominican Big Boss Dominican Big Boss freaking Diego Castillo. That is the best bullpen arm this guy has brought in. Since you traded Paul Sewald in 2023, you have been desperately needing a right-handed power arm other than Munoz at the back of your bullpen. Now, you almost got him last year. There weren't that many traded this year. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you didn't have the money available to you. Like, find a fucking way. And I understand this team did not perform enough for you to go out and spend a bunch of prospect capital. I get it. I understand why. But the trade deadline is an opportunity to make your team better in 2026 and beyond. It doesn't have to be a rental. Luke Weaver, Jeff Hoffman, not rentals. They're making a little bit of money, but not rentals. You needed another bullpen arm. You've been needing a righty for so freaking long. And you just haven't. You've neglected to do it. You've neglected to add to that bullpen and push them to the point where they need to be. That is a failure by the front office, and I am a fan of Jerry Dipoto. I like Jerry Dipoto. I like a lot of the stuff this front office does. I'm a supporter. But it is a failure on so many accounts. You don't know what Matt Brash is going to be when he comes back. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know for sure when he's coming back. You don't have a right-handed arm to bring in. The Mariners bullpen is not good enough. Not good enough. It's flat out not good enough. And the offense can do whatever the hell the offense is going to do on the stretch. That's going to affect things. The rotation needs to be good, and it's going to affect things as well. But when opponents are doing what they're doing against the Mariners right now, especially right-handed hitters, it's not good. Striking out just 23.5% of right-handed hitters you're facing since June 15th. That's including an Andres Munoz that's been really good. Opponents are hitting 235. It's including an Andres Munoz, and mostly due to an Andres Munoz that's been really good. Really good. On so many levels, it just hasn't been good enough. You've been needing a right-handed arm outside of Munoz, and it hasn't been good enough. And it's frustrating, and I don't. There's not a whole lot to say because you've been needing this arm since 2023, since the deadline in 2023. You neglected to do it ahead of 2024. It bit you a little bit. You neglected to do it before 2025. I would say it bit you again. And here we are in 2026. You've been needing a right-handed arm all year. All year. All year. You've neglected to add to it at the deadline. It didn't even have to be Luke Weaver, Jeff Hoffman. You needed someone else, someone that's been good. Sir Anthony Dominguez was not the solution. He showed that tonight. He made it a third of an inning in his Mariners debut when the team was losing 4-0. He gave up 4 runs and gave up 2 home runs in a park. That it's hard to hit home runs in. Not good enough. Is Taylor Ward a needle mover? No. If you were going to buy, this team needed a needle mover. This team, and it didn't even need to be an addition to the lineup to do that. Taylor Ward is the perfect addition to this lineup, but you needed a needle mover in the bullpen. You needed to make this team better, and you neglected to do it. You failed to do it, and that makes this deadline not good enough. Flat out not good enough. Both the deals you made were great deals. I love both the deals they did. But in a vacuum. When that's all you did, it's not enough. It's not enough. And I've been saying that since they traded for Taylor Ward. All right. Good. Where's the bullpen arm? Since they traded Luis Castillo and got Sir Anthony Dominguez. Okay, that's not the bullpen arm. I said that how many times in the episodes I recorded about the trade? How many times? We're going to get to this offseason, and however much of an offseason we have before, the lockout, the priority has to be right-handed reliever. It has to be. It has to be. Because while the lineup has not been good enough, this team's strength is its pitching. And the rotation has been good enough. Plenty good enough. Especially at home. But you need a bullpen that is 5-6 guys deep that you can trust. Guys that are going to be there. And when you deal with injuries, you need guys to be able to fill in. Who's the Mariners' 8th inning guy right now? Gabe Spire? Is that who it is? Like truly, is that who it is? Because if it is, let's go look at what his numbers are. Seattle update. Since June 15th, against right-handed hitters, opponents have an R slashing against Gabe Spire, right-handed hitters. 250, 318, 600, 918 OPS, including 2 home runs. And a double, 5 hits. That's a 3.60 ERA. I mean, it's fine. But it's not good enough. Edward Brizardo during that stretch against right-handed hitters, your second best right-handed reliever during that stretch. 8.59 ERA. 7 runs. 3 home runs. Slash of 324, 343, 618. Jose Ferrer, your next best reliever. 7.71 ERA during that stretch. 6 runs given up, 3 home runs given up, 240, 345, 600. You need help against right-handed hitters in your bullpen. You do. You really freaking do. And you just haven't done it. You failed to do it. You chose not to do it. And ultimately, I think that's the downfall of this team because the lineup's not, it doesn't seem like it's waking up. And if it starts to wake up, I don't know if this bullpen is good enough to be able to push them through and be able to win close games. And this team needs to be able to win close games in order to get back into it. You can't be having these 50-50 games go against you anymore. You can't. You need to win every single game you can. And if it's a close game, if it's a 1-2 run game, you need to win it. You need to win it, whether you're winning or losing that game. You need to find a way to win it. And that comes down to the lineup, that comes to the starting rotation. But most of all to me, that comes down to the bullpen being able to hold down leads. Hold down leads. And I don't have confidence in this bullpen being able to do that right now. There's one guy I trust in this bullpen. And he's your 9th inning guy, maybe an out in the 8th inning. How do you get the ball to him? How do you get the ball to him? Sir Anthony Dominguez is not the solution, I'll tell you that right now. But he's also not the reason you made the trade for Luis Castillo. And if that's not the reason you're making the trade for Luis Castillo, then why didn't you go get another bullpen arm? You said you needed another bullpen arm. You flat out said that, and you chose not to do it. Let's talk about Taylor Ward. All right. Took notes on paper this time. I was like, I'm going to see what I got here. We're going to see what we have. So I guess let's get reading. Taylor Ward. I love the trade, right? The biggest piece he gave up is Brock Moore. You know, Alex Hoppe has good stuff. Crawling has been hurt. He hasn't pitched a whole lot. And he was, I think, an 18th round pick, something like that. So, like, totally fine. Now, Brock Moore, potential relief prospect, but, I mean, he can't impact this team until 27, if not 28. He struggled with command in Double-A. Like, he's not going to help this team this year. And Taylor Ward helps this team this year. So I like this trade. Now, Taylor Ward's done some weird stuff this year, right? This is a guy that, when he was with the Angels, was a power guy. This is a guy that hit 36 home runs just a year ago. But it's been an on-base year for him, and it's really weird. It's really weird. He's had one bad month this year. It's the month of May. He had a WRC plus of 80. During that, his best month was the first month, March and April, when he was a 157 WRC plus, 57% above league average, and a good July, a good to solid July. It's 122 WRC plus. Again, a lot of this production is from the on base, and a lot of his slug came early in the season and is yet to really show up later here. Since the break, it's an 89 WRC plus. That's not including tonight when he did not have a hit. He went 0 for 3, including a strikeout in his first Mariners at bat. Very fitting. Very fitting. Okay. Most of his at bats this year have come as the leadoff hitter for the Orioles. That's 257 of his. How many total at bats is it? 257 of his. Bats. Come on. Fangraphs, where are the at-bats? 257 of his 410 at-bats this season have come in the leadoff spot. He is not going to lead off for this Mariners team. Maybe he will lead off against left-handed pitching, but if I'm the Mariners, I'm just leaving Cole Young there, I think, and you're letting it rock and roll. He hit 8th tonight for the record. I would imagine against lefties he hits further up in the order, and I would imagine if he starts to hit well, he gets moved up in this order. Same thing with Brendan Donovan, who hit 7th in tonight's order. He didn't have a great night at the plate. He's going to need to get his timing back. He went 0 for 4 tonight with a strikeout. As he starts to get his timing back, as he starts to be the hitter you expect him to be, I think he's a guy that hits probably 2nd in your order behind Young. And I think you have those guys be back-to-back, and that's how you can start to produce some runs with some small ball type of stuff. Interesting stuff on Ward. again, it hasn't been a whole lot of power. He hasn't done a whole lot. And he struggled with runners in scoring position, slashing just 189, 364, 351 this year with runners in scoring position. Of course, that's a lot of walks when you look at that difference between the 189 average and 364 on base percentage. And he's hitting just 213 with runners on base total. Still a 342 on base percentage. Again, this value is all going to come from the on base. He's been elite at walking this year. He's in the 100th percentile in chase rate this year, and in the 78th percentile in whiff percentage this year. In July, again, I told you, he had a good month, a 122 WRC plus. He had a 17% walk rate, just a 20% strikeout rate, a 117 WRC plus. Okay. He is also hit in the 2-3 spots on the order for the Orioles as well. And in the 3 spot, again, he's going to hit further down. But in the 3 spot, he's had a 942 OPS. And I would imagine that part of why his power has gone down is just in the leadoff spot. You're not trying to hit for power as much as you're just trying to get on base. So I would imagine if you move him into a different part of this lineup, like you're going to see a little bit more swing and miss. You're going to see a little bit more strikeout. You're going to see a little bit less walk. But I think you might see a little bit more power. And I think if you can get him to unlock a little bit of these pulled fly balls that he has had in the past, you're going to be able to have him unlock some power. On that, his pull air rate is down from 17.8% to 13.5%. Now, that's only, 4% there, slightly over. But that is a big enough difference that has caused this power outage. He's also hitting a lot less fly balls, and it's been a ton of line drives, which is why he's hitting singles and why he's had a few doubles, but he hasn't been able to find the gaps enough to hit the doubles. He's also not a super fast guy, about average speed, which is why, again, those doubles haven't come into play a whole lot. He's been average in left field. You expect him to play in right field for the Seattle Mariners this year. And the big difference and why he's not hitting for power is he just doesn't have a good barrel rate. It's gone from a 13.7% barrel rate last year to a 5.5% barrel rate this year, which is just not going to allow you to hit home runs. He needs the barrels. It's only 3% more ground balls than he had a year ago. The pull air rate, like I said, is down a lot. It is down 4%. And the line drives is up 7% from 21 to 28%. But again, it's the barrels. And part of that's because he struggled against sliders, where he hit 530 last year against sliders, or slugged 530 last year against sliders, slugging just 213. If he can find the barrel more, like this guy can find success. I think the interesting thing right here is what has he done away from Camden Yards? Camden Yards has not been friendly to right-handed hitters. Neither is T-Mobile Park, but against left-handed pitching this year, it's a 141 WRC plus. At Camden Yards, it's a 117 WRC plus against lefties. On the road against lefties, it's been a 166 WRC plus with a lot more power. Still, not what you expect it to be, not what he's normally doing, but a 46.5% hard hit rate is going to play plenty well. That's exactly what you're going to want to do if you can find a little bit more fly balls. Crawford boxes, here we come. Crawford boxes, here we come. It's a 37% hard hit rate overall against left-handed pitching, and that 19.5% hard hit rate at Camden Yards against left-handed pitching is astounding. 19.5 at Camden, 46.5 on the road. Really, really interesting splits, home versus road for Ward. And it's right-handed pitching. He's been above average, 8%, a 108 WRC plus against right-handed pitching on the season. It's a 99 at Camden, and it's a 117 on the road. So if you can see him produce like this on the road, like, gonna be good. Gonna be good. And if he can be above average at T-Mobile Park in general, like, I'm happy. That's all I'm going to ask. Mariners need help on the road. They need help now. They just need help in the lineup, and Ward can bring help. He can. Whether that's with the power, whether that's with the on base, Ward, I think, is going to bring help. But you need him to get on base, and you need to be able to drive him in for him to truly help. Now, I mean, it wasn't a great night for him tonight, and I mean, Dan Wilson can tell you that ultimately, right?
Yeah, tough one tonight.
It was a tough one for Taylor Ward tonight. It was. But that doesn't mean he's not going to be good for the Mariners. And, well, right-handed hitters have come here to die. Especially ones over 30, and Taylor Ward is that. Doesn't mean he's not going to be good. And I think there's a real opportunity for Taylor Ward to be an impactful player for this Mariners team. but he's not the needle mover that you would want in this lineup with the numbers that they have put up. Ultimately, the season is going to come down to what three guys do. What does Josh Naylor do? Does he find some power? What does Cal Raleigh do? Can he be anything? What does Julio, Rod, Rodriguez do? OPS down to 731 now in the season. Can he find himself? Can he find the ability to be a second half Julio for 2 months? 2.5 months. Can he do it? Because if he can power this team. He can ignite this team. He can be the fire for this team. Now, I hope he has a good DJ gig on Friday. Maybe the DJing at the park can unlock him? Maybe? I don't know. Does DJing unlock your bat? I kind of think not. But we'll see what happens. But you need Julio Rodriguez. You need Josh Naylor. You need Cal Raleigh to be good. You need at least 2 of those guys to be good. Really need 3 of them. And please do not let the Houston Astros win this goddamn division. Please. Please, please, please. I beg. I beg. It can't happen. Big 2 days. Big 2 days here for the Mariners. You need to win them. You need to win them. You need to win them. I have zero confidence you win even 1 game against the Rays this weekend. You gotta find a way to win these next 2 games and win a second series here in a row and try and have it in at least 500 homestand. Get to 4-2 on the homestand and see what happens against Tampa. You got to find a way. So I have hope. I think this team can do it, but you got to get some sleep tonight. You got to wake up tomorrow, and you got to have some fire in you. You're not the best team in this division right now, and you can't think you are. You got to show and prove that you are. You're the underdog until you're not. Go do it. This organization in 50 years has never won back-to-back division titles. And it really doesn't seem like this is going to be the year to do it. But it's not out of reach. It's not impossible. Get your guys to do their thing and turn it around. All right. So, thank you guys so much for listening. It's been episode 193 of the show. Till Friday. As always, go Nurse. Let's get some W's and peace.